My name is Jacob. I am 38 years old. I want to tell you a story, not because I want sympathy, but because it changed my life forever. You see, I was living what I thought was a perfect life. A loving wife, 2 beautiful kids, a stable job, and a cozy house in the suburbs. But all of that was built on a lie, one I didn't see coming until I found the letters. It was an ordinary Saturday. The kids, Ellie and Max, were playing in the yard, their laughter echoing through the house. My wife, Sophie, was out running errands, and I decided to tackle the mess in our bedroom drawers. It wasn't snooping. It was organizing. At least that's what I told myself. But as I sifted through socks, old receipts, and forgotten trinkets, I found a small wooden box tucked in the back of her drawer. It was plain, unassuming. I wouldn't have thought twice about it if it hadn't been locked. Something about the lock felt creative. Sophie and I had always been open with each other, or so I thought. Why would she have a locked box? Curiosity got the better of me. I found a small key in the same drawer and opened it. Inside were letters, dozens of them, neatly folded and tied with a red ribbon. The handwriting on the envelopes wasn't Sophie's. It was masculine, confident, familiar. My heart sank as I read the name on the first envelope, Daniel. I didn't know what to think. Daniel had been my best friend in college. We'd lost touch over the years, but he was a part of our past. I had introduced Sophie to him. My hands trembled as I opened the first letter, and with every word my world began to crumble. Dearest Sophie, you are the light in my dark days. Being with you feels like coming home. I wish I could hold you again, kiss you the way I used to. The words blurred as tears filled my eyes. This wasn't just some fling. This was love, deep, consuming love. And it wasn't mine. I read letter after letter, each one more painful than the last. They spanned years, starting before Sophie and I got married and continuing long after. Some were passionate, filled with longing and desire. Others were quiet, reflective, sharing moments I thought were ours alone. He knew about Ellie and Max, about our life, about me. Sophie came home hours later to find me sitting on the bed, the letters spread around me like shattered glass. Her face turned pale and she froze. "What is this, Sophie?" My voice cracked. "Who is Daniel to you?" Her eyes filled with tears and she sank onto the bed. "Jacob, I never meant for you to find out this way." "You never meant for me to find out at all," I shouted. "You've been in love with him throughout everything. Our marriage, our children. Was it all a lie?" "Oh," she cried, "it wasn't a lie. I love you, Jacob, I do. But Daniel, he was my first love. I never stopped loving him. I thought I could. I thought I could move on, but he never let me go." Her words hit me like a punch to the gut. "And you never let him go either," I said bitterly. Ellie, our 10-year-old daughter, peeked into the room. "Daddy? Mommy? Why are you shouting?" Sophie wiped her tears quickly and forced a smile. "It's okay, sweetheart. Mommy and Daddy are just talking." I swallowed the lump in my throat and smiled at Ellie. "Go play with Max, okay? We'll be right out." As she left, Sophie turned to me. Jacob, please, don't let this ruin us. Don't let this ruin our family." "Our family," I said, laughing bitterly. "You mean the family you built on secrets and lies? How can I believe anything you say?" Over the next few days, I couldn't look at Sophie without feeling betrayed, but I couldn't look at Ellie and Max without feeling torn. They didn't know. They didn't deserve to lose their family because of this. One night, Sophie sat me down. "Let's go to counseling," she said. "I want to fix this. I'll do anything, Jacob. I'll burn the letters. I'll never speak to him again." But it wasn't that simple. Those letters weren't just words on paper. They were a piece of her heart, a piece that wasn't mine. We started counseling, and for a while it helped. Sophie showed me the letters were over, that she had cut off all contact with Daniel. I wanted to believe her. For the kids, for the life we had built, I'd tried. Months went by. We found a fragile peace, but it was like living in a house with a cracked foundation. One wrong move and everything would collapse. Then one day I saw Sophie's phone light up. It was a message from an unsaved number. The words burned into my mind. "I miss you, always, Daniel." That was it. I packed my bags, kissed Ellie and Max goodbye, and told Sophie I couldn't do it anymore. Our divorce was amicable for the kids' sake. We agreed on joint custody, and I made sure to be there for them every step of the way. Sophie and I remained civil, but I never stopped feeling the weight of her betrayal. As for Daniel, I heard he got married a year later. To someone else. Sophie tried to reach out to him after our separation, but he told her it was over. She lost him too. Now, years later, I've rebuilt my life. I've found love again, someone who gives me her whole heart without hesitation. Sophie and I co-parent Ellie and Max, who are thriving and happy. The letters are gone now, but the lessons remain. Love is built on trust, and trust is fragile. Once it's broken, it's nearly impossible to repair. If you've ever doubted your worth, let me tell you this. You deserve someone who chooses you every day without hesitation or regret. Don't settle for half a heart when you deserve the whole thing. If this story resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, secrets always come to light, just like the truth in those letters.